Students, today we will study a new article that is called differentiability. So, differentiability. Okay, look at it. So, I am drawing two curves here. Look at your curve. Suppose y equals to fx is any curve. Another curve I have drawn here. This is something. Again y is equal to something fx. I say this curve is continuous. This curve is also continuous. I say this curve may or may not be differentiable, we are not sure of this, but here you can say this curve is not differentiable. Then what is the meaning of differentiability? The meaning of differentiability means a curve is differentiable at any point. Curve is differentiable at any point if you are able to draw a unique tangent. Means you will have only one tangent at that point. So we can say this curve is differentiable. But here also it is continuous. But if I consider this point, I can have two tangents. So this curve is not differentiable because you are able to draw more than one tangent at a point. That is the meaning of this. So here is a curve will be differentiable if there is a unique tangent at every point. Every point there will be a unique tangent. So now we can conclude from here every differentiable curve is continuous, but every continuous curve may or may not be differentiable. Every continuous curve it may or may not be differentiable. But you can say all continuous curves, all differentiable curves are continuous, but all continuous curves may or may not be differentiable. So what is the meaning? The meaning of this differentiability is y equals to fx is differentiable in the open interval AB if there is a unique tangent at any point on the curve. So there will be one tangent at the curve. Okay. Also we know in class 11 you have studied fx is differentiable at x equals to c if limit x tends to c fx minus fc by x minus c exists. Means the derivative, this is the differential part of this function. So the derivative, this is the derivative part which is equal to f dash c. So we can say the left hand derivative should be equal to exist means the left hand derivative will be equal to right hand derivative. So what is left hand derivative here? Therefore, the left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. Left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative. So what is left hand derivative? The limit x tends to c minus fx minus fc divided by x minus c should be equal to limit x tends to c plus fx minus fc divided by x minus c. So you can say the left hand derivative should be equal to right hand derivative. Okay. So for that, what does it mean? You will see here. We'll take one question on this. Prove that so that fx equals to mod of x minus 1, mod of x minus 1, where x belongs to any real number, is not differentiable at x equals to 1. So to find the left hand derivative and right hand derivative, we have to define this. So how to define modulus of x minus 1? Define modulus of x minus 1 is x minus 1 where x minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Already we have discussed this. So x is greater than or equal to 1. Minus x minus 1 where x minus 1 is less than 0. So x is less than 1. So this is the definition. Okay. Now, what is FC here? FC means f of 1. Because at the point of 1 you are going to discuss. So x equals f equals to 1 means you will put in this function. That will be 1 minus 1 which is 0. So FC value became 0. Now look at here. Now your left hand derivative is limit x tends to c minus your fx minus f1 divided by fc left right x minus c. This is the definition. So this is the left hand derivative. Now this is same as limit x tends to 1 minus, because our c is 1 minus fx minus f1 divided by x minus 1. Okay. Now what will be fx here? X tends to 1 minus means x is less than 1. When x is less than 1, our fx is minus of x minus 1. So you can write limit x tends to 1 minus of x minus 1. f1 you have got 0. f1 you have got 0 divided by x minus 1, which is equal to limit x tends to 1 minus of x minus 1 divided by x minus 1. This gets cancelled, which is minus 1. So left hand derivative became minus 1. Okay. Then right hand derivative. So what will be right hand derivative for us? Now that will be limit x tends to 1 plus first c plus fx minus fc divided by x minus c. So what is c for us? C is 1. So that you have to write limit x tends to 1 plus fx. As c is 1, you are writing f1 divided by x minus 1. So 1 plus means x is greater than equal to 1. So that at that point fx is x minus 1. So that will be limit x tends to 1 plus, this is x minus 1 minus 0 divided by x minus 1. So which is limit x tends to 1 plus x minus 1 by x minus 1. First you will simplify, then if is left out, then you will put the limit. So you have simplified, the value is 1. That means your right hand derivative is 1, your left hand derivative was minus 1. Therefore left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative. Implies fx is not differentiable at x equals to 1. Okay, let's take one more question on this. Prove that the greatest integer function fx equals to function defined by fx equals to greatest integer function x, where x lies between 0 and 3, is not differentiable at two parts. Let's take x equals to 1 and x equals to 2. There are two parts in this question, so we'll try to solve here. So we are given to us, let him take one of that, either 1 or 2, then he will solve the other part. Suppose I take the second case at x equals to 2. Okay, what is our fx? Now greatest integer function x. This is our fx. So this implies what will be f of 2? Now greatest integer function 2, which is equal to 2. Okay, now what will be our left hand derivative formula? Left hand derivative, the formula is limit x tends to c minus fx minus fc by x minus c. Okay, what is c for us? C is 2. So I have to write limit x tends to 2 minus fx is box of x, fc is f2. F2 I can write divided by x minus 2. So how are you going to solve it? Look at here. This part I can write limit h tends to 0. So left hand limit will be limit minus h, 2 minus h, minus, this is in the box form, f2 is 2, divided by x minus x is 2 minus h minus 2. 2 minus h minus 2. So what is 2 minus h? Already we have discussed 2 minus h will be 1 less of this. That means it is limit h tends to 0. This will be 1 minus 2 divided by minus h. So that is limit h tends to 0. This is minus 1 by minus h. Now if I put h equals to 0, that becomes your infinity. 1 upon 0 is infinity. Okay, now let's go to right hand derivative. Right hand derivative will be limit x tends to c plus fx minus fc by x minus c. So there it will be c is 2 for us. Limit x tends to 2 plus, here is fx. Fx is what? Fx is box of x. Minus 2 by x minus 2. How do you change the limit? The limit plus h you have to write. That is limit h tends to 0. This is 2 plus h minus 2 divided by 2 plus h minus 2. This is in the box form. Okay. 2 plus h means it will remain h2 and 2 minus h, 1 less, that becomes 1. So this will be 2 for us. Limit h tends to 0. This is 2 plus h minus 2 by h. This, sorry, 2 is cancelled. That is what you are getting. Which is equal to limit h tends to 0, 0 upon h. So first we simplified, 0 by any number is 0. So you find your left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative. Therefore, fx is not differentiable. Not differentiable at x equals to 2. So similar procedure you will try at x equals to 1 also. This is not differentiable. Same procedure you will do. Let me take one more question on this. Question is, verify if the function fx equals to 2x plus 4 where x is less than equal to 2 and 4x where x is greater than 2 is differentiable at x equals to 2. This is what we will discuss. Okay, same procedure. So take what is our left hand derivative formula, that is limit x tends to c minus or fx minus fc divided by x minus c. So I have to tell you one point here. What is c? C is 2. fc means f2. These two where I am going to put, these two will be putting where there is equalization, means I have to put here. That means this will be 2x plus 4. If I put 2 into 2 plus 4, which is 8. So FC value or F2 value is 8. Now our left hand derivative will be limit x tends to 2 minus or fx. What is fx here? FC is 8 by x minus 2. So what is fx? 2 minus is 2x plus 4. So that will be this is limit x tends to 2 minus fx is 2x plus 4 minus 8 upon x minus 2. Okay, let's simplify it. What's like it? Limit x tends to 2 minus, this is 2x minus 4 minus 8 minus 4 by x minus 2. So I can take 2 common here. That will be limit x tends to 2 minus, if I take 2 common, that will be x minus 2 by x minus 2. Again it gets cancelled, the value is 2. So our left hand derivative is 2. Go to right hand derivative. Right hand derivative, that is limit x tends to c plus fx minus fc by x minus c. So that will be how much? That will give you limit x tends to 2 plus your fx minus f2 divided by x minus 2. I have kept here because your fx will be 4x, because when x is greater than 2. So I have write here 4x. That is limit x tends to 2 plus fx is 4x minus 8 upon x minus 2. Now I can take 4 common from here. So limit x tends to 2 plus 4 common. 4 common will be x minus 2 upon x minus 2. Gets cancelled, that is 4. Again the left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit. Therefore left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative, implies fx is not differentiable at x equals to 2. So these are the questions about differentiability. Now we enter to the differentiation part, which already you have studied in class 11. So we will start a revision from class 11. The derivation we will not be studying in class 12. We will be studying only the formula used here. It's better we will write down those formula and learn it. The first formula here, differentiation of a constant. The differentiation of constant with respect to x, any constant is 0. Okay, this was the first formula we learned in class 11. Second formula, differentiation of a constant with function. Constant multiplied to a function. See, only constant here, derivative is 0. Constant multiplied here, that will be a constant, then derivative of fx. Similarly, some other formula, derivative of e to the power x is e to the power x. ddx of log x is 1 upon x. ddx of x to the power n. Okay, we'll take this one first. A to the power x. A to the power x is a to the power x log a. Then ddx of x to the power n. This is very important formula for us. X to the power n is n x to the power n minus 1. Then ddx of sin x is cos x. ddx of cos x is minus sin x. ddx of tan x is x square x. Then ddx of cot x will be minus cos x square x. ddx of sec x equals to sec x into tan x. Then ddx of cosec x equals to minus cosec x into cot x. Then comes some inverse function from class 12. Differentiation of sin inverse x is 1 upon 1 by x square. Basic formula we are writing here. ddx of cos inverse x equals to minus 1 upon 1 minus x square. If you remember this will be automatically derived only with a minus sign. Similarly, ddx of tan inverse x 1 by 1 plus x square. ddx of cot inverse x minus 1 by 1 plus x square. ddx of sec inverse x 1 by x into root over of x square minus 1. And ddx of cosec inverse x, again minus sign, x of root over of x square minus 1. Okay, these are the basic formula which you will have. Then you will take the product rule. Product rule, ddx of two functions u and v. So how to remember it? First function, derivative of second plus second function derivative of first. And if you have three functions, ddx of u dw, derivative of one part each time, like u v dx of w plus uw ddx of v plus vw ddx of u. This is about two formula about the product rule. Okay, then you go to division rule. Division rule is ddx of u upon v. So that will be square of denominator derivative of numerator minus numerator derivative of denominator. So try to learn all these formula today. Tomorrow we will start very simple questions based on the formula. Then we will go to chain rule.